Welcome to Set up Deflections in WorldShare License Manager. Deflection is a feature that is such a time saver because lending libraries will often get requests for items that they do not lend over ILL. Usually because their policies or license agreements dictate that certain items cannot be loaned through interlibrary loan. Deflection allows the system to say no to those requests on your behalf. It skips your library in the lender string, then moves the request on to the next lender. The types of deflection are supplier status, category level, and item level. We can consider supplier status as a type of deflection because once you set on the OCLC policies directory that your library is not a supplier for ILL, which indicates the library does not lend items through ILL, this action will automatically deflect all requests for your library. The other two types of deflection have their own management tool. Category level, which is for items of a type, is managed through License Manager or Collection Manager and the OCLC policies directory. Item level, which is for a specific item, is managed through Local Holdings Records or LHRs in the OCLC cataloging service, Record Manager. First, let's look at how category-level deflection is set up using License Manager. After logging into your account, click the License tab, then the Licenses accordion, and search for the license you want to set up deflection on. For this example, let's select Scope to be License Name and enter the term. Then click Search. Now, let's click the hyperlinked license name to open it. Scroll down, then click to expand the Terms of Use accordion to see the options. Click the User Access tab and select Interlibrary Loan. Then under Interlibrary Loan section, select if the terms will be marked as yes, no, or silent. If you mark yes, it means that your library offers ILL for these items. If you mark no, it means that those items will be deflected. If you mark silent, then you can specify deflection at item level. If you marked yes, you can still select rights and restrictions and methods. For example, you can limit it to within your country only. Note that the term qualifier field alone does not provide the method options. It's necessary to mark those options and the limits. Click Save button after you finish. Now, you need to define your deflection in the OCLC policies directory to complete this action. The best way to access the OCLC policies directory is by clicking the respective link on your OCLC Interlibrary Loan Service homepage. Once there, click the Policies tab. Now, under Deflection section, click the Add button, located on the right. A form like this will open for you to fill in with the type of deflection policy you want to define. Provide a unique name for your policy that will be easily identifiable by your library and other libraries. Select the request type, copy, loan, or both. Select the deflection type, Enable Real-Time, to deflect all the time. Enable Real-Time except when last in the lender string, or you can temporarily disable your policy. Scroll down. Add Include Entry for e-license terms marked as No in the License Manager service. This will tell your OCLC Interlibrary Loan Service to watch for titles with ILL = No designation. When the result is encountered, Interlibrary Loan will be deflected. If you add an Exclude Entry, then the terms will be excluded from the deflection policy being created because your library can supply the item. Click the Save button on the bottom to save your deflection policy. In this example, a deflection policy was created to deflect copy or loan for e-license terms set as No. Notice that the item section has a green check mark because the terms were included in the policy. If terms are excluded on the policy form, then you see a red X mark instead. To better illustrate deflection in License Manager, let's take a look at 4 different scenarios with this collection. In the first scenario, the license is active and ILL equals no. In this case, the request is deflected. The second scenario has the license as expired and ILL equals no. In this case, the request is not deflected because ILL is only paying attention to active licenses. The third scenario has licenses active and ILL equals silent. In this situation, requests are deflected because ILL equals silent is a reason to deflect. You can instruct License Manager to treat silent to not deflect. To instruct License Manager to treat silent to not deflect, first search and locate the license and click Terms of Use accordion to expand it, then click the User Access tab, scroll down to Interlibrary Loan, and select terms stated as silent. Then check the Allow Lending box and save it. Requests won't be deflected. The fourth and last scenario has the license as active and ILL equals yes. Then the request is not deflected. Also, embargo periods are not currently featured for deflection. Another option is if you have created a title-level license in License Manager. Title-level licenses are for single titles not part of a collection or titles within a collection with varying terms. Then you can set up deflection for that type of license as well. Watch the video on this video description to learn how to create title-level license. After you create your title-level license in License Manager, search for your title-level license from the Licenses tab and Licenses accordion using one of the scope options, in this example, license name. Click the license name to open the title-level license. Scroll down to expand Terms of Use and click the User Access tab to select Interlibrary Loan and proceed setting deflection the same way you've seen for collections in this video. Remember to click the Save button on the top. As I mentioned before, supplier status can be considered as a type of deflection because if your library is not a lending library and set OCLC supplier to No under the Profile tab in the OCLC Policies directory, requests will be automatically deflected then. Item-level deflection is done through local holding records or LHRs. This is when you want to deflect a specific item such as serials title, print or electronic, for example. You can either edit or create LHRs by using Record Manager service in WorldShare metadata if your library has an OCLC cataloging subscription. To define item-level deflection, make sure that the encoding level at the leader is set to 2 or higher. Then expand the 008 field and change the lending policy, byte 20, and reproduction policy, byte 21, as desired, where A means your library will lend and or reproduce the item, and B means your library will not lend and or reproduce the item. Then use the action buttons to save your LHR on the cataloging service Record Manager. You can find more documentation on these topics and contact OCLC support at help.oclc.org. Thanks for watching.